March 23rd, 2:35 p.m. District Court, Court number 3. Hello everyone, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Easy to Read, Justice for All, where we're now here in the final part of the trial of Matt Engarde. And before I begin, I just want to let you know that this particular part will take overall close to 2 hours. And there's no way I can do that for that long. So I will end the video at about 55 minutes. I will set my timer for 55 minutes so I will know when to stop it. And I will continue until then. So, our duty in this case will be to try to prolong the trial a bit longer, even though we know that Matt Engarde is guilty. But we have to do everything we can to delay it longer so that we can rescue Maya before Matt Engarde is found, before we get the verdict. Also, this particular case has two different endings, a good ending and a bad ending. I will be showing you the bad ending first, which will likely be in the next video after this one, because it's actually closer to the end of the video. So anyway, let's get started. Court now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready? Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? That is nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Engarde's suicide note. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery. What? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impact herself. It is a fake. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? If this was not written by Miss Impacts, then who wrote it? We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida. Mr. Corrida? Oh well. It looks like Miss Impacts never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about Engarde. However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. Engarde could not have known that, and so the facts remain unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. That sounds very plausible. This theory that Engarde had no idea that the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little wrong with it. The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's partly possible for Mr. Engarde to not have known it was a fake. Spy camera. I believe this one, or this one, he would have known. Take that! What is this little item called again? A video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but... Oh, that's right. A camera. All you kids and your fancy toys nowadays. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Engarde knew of the existence of this note, because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. Engarde would have known that the victim had forged the note. So then, the defendant knew that the suicide note was a fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Engarde's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air. But, Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Engarde monitored Mr. Creed 24 hours a day. That was the victim in a place Mr. Engarde didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? Order! Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. Huh? As you figured? As I figured, it came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you're not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what next? What next? If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Engarde's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there. Your Honor, the prosecution will have to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth stuttering? This is not like him at all. Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who was it that hired Shelley the killer to commit murder? It's impossible. Who in the... No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness? Yes, go on. Who is it? The man himself, Mr. Shelley the killer. Oh, Mr. the killer. Oh, wait! Shelley the killer? You mean the killer? The assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here? To the witness stand? Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright? Yes? Is this alright with you? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well then. The prosecution calls its witness to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley the Killer, and I am a professional assassin. I say, what is going on here? Your Honor? How can you remain so calm? And what is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court. So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really the Mr. the Killer himself. Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelley the Killer. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Maya! Maya! A voice! Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley the Killer. Looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so... Now then, witness. There's one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Moncrieta. Is this correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Creta. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it. A bad dream. Shelley the Killer. What is he going to say about my client? That's not as weird as the parrot, right? There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I almost say he seems to be mocking us. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are we ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. About my client. Okay. First this.
Hold it!
The trust between you and your client. I provided my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why you are testifying in this manner? This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did, yes, that person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly... That's enough. Please, no more. Very well. It was only a hypothetical anyway. Okay. That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of the prescribed role. The role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die? No, I didn't say anything. Judge had better watch himself. Okay.
Hold it!
That trust between you and your client. I know I'd already did this one, but I'm actually supposed to do it twice. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. These are the roles and duties an assassin and his client are to carry out. I'm sorry, I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your client had already broken the rules. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck. Assassin who with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really. In that case, I believe I'm prepared to disclose the information you seek. You've made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do, actually. I did 2, 3, and then 2 again. What is it? Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness, what is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Wankarita? That person's name is... Adrian Andrews. Huh? What?
Objection!
Witness, that's not who you told me it was earlier. Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. What? This can't be on the phone earlier. What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. the Killer just stabbed Mr. Edward in the back. Stabbed Edward in the back? I'm sure in order to get an audience of this court, Mr. the Killer told him a different name. Matt Engarde, perhaps? I knew it.
Objection!
This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness. Son of the killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant is, at the moment, is Matt Engarde. Am I correct? All I wish to do is to help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has, instead, provided the suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there was a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. the Killer's client, who requested the murder, was not the defendant at all. At all. No. With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt Engarde is innocent. I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please, continue your discussion, and call me when you have reached a verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately. But now, with the way this is going, Engarde will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edward is right. The killer is lying. And Engarde, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Surely the killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. That testimony just now. It was all one big lie. Miss Andrews? The suicide note may have been a fake. But that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And once death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me, it was a horrible, horrible lie. But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He's named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife in the button, donning the nickel samurai costume. That's... You even have a motive. You know that Miss Celeste Indax was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead. No. Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please. Help me. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense to put any final words or opinions. I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for gumshoes and new evidence? What am I supposed to do? No choice. Although I think it doesn't matter. If you choose the verdict one, actually, Phoenix will not feel right about putting an innocent person like Andrews in prison for a crime that she did not commit. So, I'm going to just go ahead and do this one. Phoenix, I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept a not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But Matt Engarde is a killer. A murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. I'd rather Miss Andrews be convicted. And I'm not no better than Engarde. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edward that I now know the real truth. He could have gone Engarde and convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him? Yes, you do. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please? The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But But that witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet. To see through witnesses' lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. There is still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Very well. The trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please reestablish connection with Mr. the Killer. Run away, Your Honor. Has a verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more. About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else do you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done? But what shall we have him testify about now? Mr. the Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? About my client, Part 2. As I have already stated quite a few times, Agent Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime. While pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene, Agent Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Credo was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. This is the most unexpected turn of events for the, fifth time now? However, this time, everything has finally been revealed.
Objection!
Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? We still have the cross-examination to do. But you don't need to be questioned in testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question this witness, as if I have a choice here. Huh? Why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then now expose the lies in that oh-so-beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. That makes two of us. About my client, Part 2. As I have already stated quite a few times, Agent Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame... Wait, I'm sorry. I forgot this cross-examination. I beg to differ, shall we?
Objection!
Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. the Killer. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Agent Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Credo had been murdered. But how? How do you know that? From this wine glass, Your Honor. The glass? Mr. the Killer's supposed client thought Mr. Credo had only fainted, which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim. But isn't that just a part of Agent Andrews' calculated plan? That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would never have left their fingerprints behind. I see your point, Mr. Edgeworth. What is your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail. It's not a very important point anyway, correct? I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Agent Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have knowledge of Mr. Creda's death. If not, then that can only mean that Agent Andrews was never your client at all. How strange. Yes? Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Phoenix, if the killer figures out what you were up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know.
Objection!
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Sorry. Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you. Anyway, I am positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests that further testimony concerning when the request was taken. Very well. Right now, I have to buy us more time. While we wait for the items the killer has left behind to get here. I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with those items. Request taken. Alright. Pardon me, let me get more water here. This request came to me about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes. So you physically met your client, huh? That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Press this.
Hold it!
So you physically met Agent Andrews, right? Of course I did. What was that? What was it with a brief pause? Witness, I'd like for you to give us a few more details. I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I've never taken a request by telephone or mail. And why is that? That's because I value trust between my client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? His clients is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions. What do you mean by that? My question was, did you really meet Agent Andrews in person? I've already told you, Mr. Wright, I did. It was only through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him. Him? That's when I thought I could trust this person as a client. Is true what they say about talking face to face? Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? Yeah. You include Agent Andrews as a he? I heard what I think I heard just now. And I think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of the utmost importance. Huh? Really? If that's the case, witness, please include that statement just now in your testimony. Very well. From the moment I saw him, I thought I could trust this person as a client. Well, you're in for one big shock, Mr. Tequila. Why are there two of these people here? It's clearly the same person.
Objection!
I wanted to go over this one more time. You met Agent Andrews at a bar and took the request at that time? Yes, that is correct. And that's when you thought he was trustworthy. How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale. What? Shelley the Killer. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews. Why would you say that? Because you made one very big slip-up. About her. So what's the issue? What did you say just now? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she is a woman. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? This witness testified to the following. That he always meets us face to face with his clients when taking the request. But he's never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor, that is exactly the point. That means Mr. Tequila's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor. Her name? Yes, Adrian Andrews is, without a doubt, a very androgynous name. Did I pronounce that right? Androgynous? Yes, I see. Unluckily for Mr. Tequila, the entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender. And so, he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What? What is going on? Shelley the Killer. This court demands an explanation. I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. So does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please, if you will allow me to testify once more. I know you just want to spit out more lies. Very well, but this time, please give us the truth and nothing but the truth. Request taking part 2. Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail. There have been times when I took a job without having met my client. The request was for the murder of one Frida and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. So you took this job through a letter. You didn't mention anything about a letter in this earlier testimony? which means he is definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know, I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Look, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me, no matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it. Now then, let's begin the cross-examination. I'm gonna press this.
Hold it!
2 or 3 other things? Yes. And what was these other things? A few other things that have nothing to do with this case. What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? It'd be really bad if I pushed this button the wrong way and he got mad. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney? Yes? Everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client. Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client? I smell the stench of a backstabber. And should you turn out to be one? Wait! Oh, this is looking really bad. I should press my luck. Oh, and I had to think. Is this worth pursuing? This is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your client requested were. If it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine. The bear figurine? After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing. And where was that figurine? It was inside Mr. Kurita's suitcase. And then, what did you do? What did you do next? I handed it over to my client right away. You give it to your client? Interesting. This information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you just said, what you just stated in your testimony. As you wish. One of these was to find the bear figurine and to give it to Adrian Andrews. Certainly to kill her. If he had really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it. This item? I see where you're going. Yup, that's where I'm going. Where is everyone going? Going to pick a suitcase? Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. And I was going to burn it, for her sake. And even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands. I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out and burned it. Order. So that's where you two were going. So by the very fact that this suicide note was still inside the bear, it tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle. Which means, Your Honor, that it is impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. order. Mr. Phoenix, right. I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate critters above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to prick you into our agreement. No, that's not. That's enough. If that is your intention, then there is only one thing for me to do. Wait, please. Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to.
Hold it!
No, please, not that. Please wait. Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end, and I may stay my hand. Otherwise... Mr. Wright, are you? Mr. Edwards? Yes, Your Honor? I didn't understand this outburst just now. Do you think there was a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough? Well, we should. I can't do this. We keep this up. My, show. Prosecution, just come over, everyone. Even you are. Prosecution rests. What's going on around here? The prosecution has no further written questions, Your Honor. Oh. What? Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is a most unusual situation. If the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that's the case, then, even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. Tequila's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Julie Tequila's client is Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? If I end the trial here, right now, then your client, Matt Engarde, will be declared innocent. And in this place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder. Miss Andrews will be charged with murder? The prosecution has no further questions, so you will now hear the defendant's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Matt Engarde, to the stand. I understand the killer's head-out didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out. I can't believe it. The outcome now lies in your hands. Dude, did the old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman into suicide. But, at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent. Ha. Whoa. So, I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out. Mr. Engarde. What an atrocious lawyer I have, giving his own client up like this. And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap is just as atrocious. Don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer? hang on a second. I'm not sure this is the right place, but I'm going to go ahead and save it, just in case. I'll end the video shortly, but first, should I side with justice, or should I save Maya's life? You'd better get Engarde guilty sentence, okay? But if I did that, Maya would die. But if I say he's innocent, Miss Andrews will be charged with as the murderer. If I say he's guilty or not guilty, either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. It all hinges on what I choose. And then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews, then your client, Mr. Matt Engarde, is innocent. There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is going to say what I want. On you. Right? I can't do this. But I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. And I can't go to the menu right now. My client, Matt Engarde, is... I'm going to pause. Give me a second, please. Okay. I hate to do this right now. I know it's a pretty bad cliffhanger, but I'm going to stop the video here. At this point, it does not matter which one I choose. I can't actually pause it to save it. I did just save it a little bit ago anyway, so it's not a huge deal. But I'm going to end the video right now, and next time we will finish the trial, and I'm guessing a good chunk of it will be the end credits part, but I'm not willing to go any further than this because it'll go on for at least another hour if you count everything. So, until next time everyone, go ahead and hit that like button, and next time we will answer this question. So until then, have a great rest of your day and take care.